What is up, guys? My name is Menno and I wanted to bring you some updates on the latest test on Starship serial number 4. After the successful static fire test of Starship serial number 4 just 2 days ago, SpaceX is ramping up the pace of their testing and proceeded to perform a third static fire burn of Raptor engine serial number 20. But things didn't go exactly as planned. So, what happened? Let's have a look at the footage. Okay, so here we see Starship number 4 getting ready for the static fire procedure. We have water dispersing underneath the Starship. We see big flames coming out of the flare stack, all signs that Starship is ready to go. When we see the static fire, we see a very clean 3-second burn. Starship is still standing as it starts its detanking procedure, getting rid of all that liquid oxygen and methane in the tanks. All seems well for now, and that's why we are going to fast forward for a couple of minutes. While the Starship completes detanking, but during this detanking something seems to go very wrong. The Starship is standing strong, everything seems well up to this moment about 1:49 p.m. when we see a catastrophic failure somewhere. And this is where things start going from bad to worse. The launchpad area starts flooding with liquid methane. This comes into contact with the surface air, only needs a very tiny spark to go boom, because this is of course a highly flammable mixture. So right now it's just a disaster waiting to happen, and of course that's why it doesn't really take very long for this stuff to ignite and resulting in a very big fireball, being the end of Starship serial number 4. Now of course we have two questions to ask ourselves. First of all, what is the source of this liquid methane, and second of all, what ignited the liquid methane? Let's start with the second one, because my first thought was actually that the flare stack on the right side ignited all the liquid methane on the floor, resulting in this big fireball causing serial number 4 to explode. But when I was going through the footage, I noticed that the flare is not the source of the ignition. We can actually see a small fireball on the bottom of serial number 4 igniting the liquid methane, thereby completing the combustion cycle and causing SN4 to explode. As for the source of the liquid methane, I don't think it's Starship number 4 itself, because Starship SN4 has been tested very well. So far hasn't had any problems except for a little fire after the first static fire maybe, but all seem to be okay. Also now it's been standing for over 2 minutes after the static fire. It's been depressurizing. There's not a lot of high pressure on the welds anymore. So I actually think that the source must be something else. So probably it's the tanking or detanking system. Something must have let go, or a valve closed too soon, and that's why an overpressure buildup causing the pipe to explode and taking SN4 with it. For now, this is all, of course, just a theory, but hopefully in the coming days, Elon Musk or SpaceX can shed some more light of what happened today. And I know I don't have to say this, but I still will. Of course, there's no connection with the flight of Bob and Doug today to the ISS DM number 2, because these are two very separate projects. The Starship project is a young, new project, and the Falcon 9 is a very reliable workhorse of the space industry by now. So these are two very separate things. Don't confuse them. Doug and Bob will be in safe hands in Falcon number 9. So that's it for me, guys. First of all, of course, a very big thank you to NasaSpaceFlight for this wonderful footage, and also a big thank you to all the other people that are out there every day filming all these wonderful things happening on the SpaceX Shipyard. Secondly, if you like my video, consider subscribing, liking and sharing it with your friends. For now, I would just like to say thank you for watching and hope to see you next time. Goodbye.